Assalamu alaikum. We'll be discussing the second lecture of the series, radioactivity, and the specific topic will be half-life. So we have some numericals related to this topic also. So at first I'll discuss that why does a nucleus make radioactive emissions? So basically that is done by unstable particles. Those unstable particles make radioactive emissions to become stable, and you'll think why those nuclei are unstable. So you're looking at this diagram. You can see this nucleus has a lot of neutrons and protons. Now you see at the center of this atom, there are a lot of protons. All of them have same charge. So it would be more of a problem for all of those positively charged particles to remain clustered at a point. How will that happen? So actually there is another type of force, that is nuclear force, and it is stronger than electrostatic force when the distances are very smaller, and it becomes weaker when there are more number of particles and nuclei become bigger. So what will happen, that when we're talking about a heavier nucleus, there are many more number of neutrons. So nuclear force becomes weak and electrostatic force overcomes that. So there is a decay which happens here. Radioactive emissions are made and a stable particle is formed. So you can see this graph here. In this graph, it's shown that number of protons increasing, number of neutrons increasing as well, and this region is forming unstable particles, unstable nuclei, which will disintegrate, which will decay to become stable. Okay, now random emission of radioactivity in detection, direction, and time. So you cannot tell specifically about any particle when will it decay. So when you have a sample with you, so any of the nucleus can decay at any time. It is random over time and in direction. Temperature, pressure, and chemical combination is not affecting that. So what remains almost constant is the average value. Random events are utterly unpredictable individually. On a sufficiently large scale, the behavior is very accurately predictable, and that phenomena is known as half-life. So we have discussed that an unstable particles disintegrates or decays to become stable. So it means more number of unstable particles, more number of unstable nuclei, more will be the emissions, higher will be the activity. So both are same thing. So you can see here, if we have radioactive atoms, so basically these are unstable nuclei and these will become stable after emitting. So the time in which half of the nuclei become stable or make emission, so if we have 8 number of particles, so the time in which average 4 particles will decay, so it means half of the unstable nuclei have become stable. So this time will be known as half-life of that element. So we can define like time taken by the radiation from the element to drop to its half of its original value. So these are two types of definitions. One is time taken for half of the unstable nuclei to decay. And decay or activity also depends upon number of unstable atoms. So if we had 8 number of unstable atoms, so activity will be larger at the start, and when after some time half number of unstable atom have become stable, Now activity will decrease too. It will be half too. So we can plot both types of graphs. We can plot activity against time, or we can plot number of unstable nuclei against time. So when number of unstable nuclei decreases or it converts to stable nuclei, activity also decreases. So if we have a simple graph of activity, if activity was this, activity means number of counts per unit time, number of disintegrations per unit time, number of decay per unit time. So activity, for example, is 1000 here, and you plot a graph like this and you get a best fit curve. So if this was 1000 activity, so there will be a point when the activity will become 500. So we'll find out over x-axis what will be the time taken for that, for the activity to decrease to half. So time taken for activity to decrease from A to A upon 2 will be, this will be your half-life. And same will be the value for further steps. Activity A upon 2 will decrease to A upon 4. So there will be a time for that. That will also be half-life. Then there will be same time for activity A upon 4 to decrease to A upon 8. Okay. So it can also be done for unstable nuclei. So here you can see there are, for example, 100 number of unstable nuclei. Some of them have become stable by decaying. So the time taken for this activity in which 100 of the unstable atom have become stable, or number of unstable atom have decreased to half, this time will be known as half-life, and same will be the time for further steps. Now we can have discuss some numericals related to that. For example, it's plotted here. There was a table given to you, count rate or counts per minute and against time. So count rate was 400 at the start and 200 after 2 minutes, 100 after 4 minutes. So that can be plotted. At time 0, count rate is 400. At time 2, count rate is 200, and 4 count. So we can plot the values, then we draw a best fit curve, then we can use the graph. For example, over time axis, we can see that activity 400 to 200, the time needed for that is 2 minutes. So this will be the half-life. Now it is denoted by 3.5 half-life. Now that's a quantity of time. So its unit will be in units of time. It can be in years, it can be in minutes, it can be in seconds. Moving on. So we can attempt this question. The graph shows count rate of a radioactive sample plotted against time. So count rate was 500 and it was decreasing. So if count rate is found 5000 at time 0, we will find out the time when count rate is decreases to half. So 2500 will be the count rate at this point, that is 30th second, 30th minute, sorry. So time taken for that decrease to half will be 30 minutes. So half-life of this radioactive sample is 30 minutes. We can verify that too if that decreases from 2500 to 1250. So you will have to draw that on the graph and you will be able to find out that it's almost the same time. So if there are a bit different times, we can take an average value too. For example, first reading is giving you 30 minutes, second reading is of 29 minutes, and third reading is of 31 minutes. So we can take an average value of that if it's a bit different. If it's same, then no problem. We can have a question like this. That's a bit difficult to read. I'll read it out. In 15 days, and the activity of a sample of radioactive bismuth decreases to 1/8 in 15 days of the original activity. Calculate its half-life. So you can solve it like At the start, activity was A, then it decreased to A upon 2, and then it decreased to A upon 4, and then it decreased to A upon 8. So how many half-lives were involved in it? A to A upon 2, 1 half-life, A upon 2 to quarter of A, 2 half-lives, then quarter to 1/8, 3 half-lives. So total 3 half-lives were involved in it, which are equal to 15 days. So 1 half-life will be 5 days. Get it? If there are some queries, you can put the comment in the comment box below. Okay, we have a question here. The following data we obtained from the example using the sample of radioactive substance and a Geiger-Müller counter gave you these readings, time in minutes and counts rate or counts per minute. So at time 0, count rate was 285. At time 2 minutes, count rate is 155. At 4, count rate is 80. So its graph can be plotted. So you see, graph is plotted here. Graph is plotted here. The data can be plotted and best fit straight line could be drawn. So that can be an assignment for you. On a graph paper, you have to plot it and you have to find out the half-life for this. So we can see here there are a bit different half-lives. Two readings are a bit different, 2.1 and 1.9. So its average is taken as 2 minutes. So that will be an assignment for you. This question and the next one, you have to solve these two questions, and the answer is given here. I'll be sharing the answer of this one in the comment box. I hope you'll get the topic and you will be able to attempt different types of questions from this topic. So do comment and subscribe the channel, and you can post your queries and like the video. Allah Hafiz.